So the results are in. Finally in. The winner. It came down to Dragon Ball versus Full Metal. 73 votes for Dragon Ball and 72 for Full Metal. So Dragon Ball ended up winning the tournament. Yeah.
Yo, that's close.
Dude, one vote. One freaking vote. Separated.
You know, I think I know who made the difference in the voting.
Yeah, I think I know. But I'm telling you, dude, I was pissed. I was sitting there, man. Like, I got Gogeta on my desk looking at me right now as I'm saying this. But this is the most cheeseball corny ending to the whole thing.
You think? I don't know. I feel like, yeah, obviously. I mean, I got to see the other matchups and who really won and who lost. I wasn't really keeping track, but I'm sure there were some snuffs. Like, dude, Death Note. When you told me about Death Note, that's crazy. Like, it just got slaughtered apparently.
Yeah, I can give you the specifics on that one. And like Dragon Ball, I was looking at it. Honestly, Dragon Ball had probably the hardest path out of everyone on this tournament. Like
Dragon Ball, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, Dragon Ball had One Piece, Pokemon, which like I think it was obvious it was gonna beat Pokemon, but
I guess, but that's still like a behemoth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If Pokemon was going up against any other matchup, it probably would have just crushed it right there. But Naruto, Cowboy Bebop, and Full Metal, like that's not easy, dude. Like it had a pretty hard time. No, there was one matchup. It was like a total blowout. It was on Instagram. I'm gonna look at that one. Like Pokemon versus Dragon Ball. I think Dragon Ball literally just had all the votes.
Oh, that's just,
yeah. Like it was 10 votes and all of them were for Dragon Ball.
Yeah, that'll do it. But I'm honestly not surprised. Like realistically, like I'm just surprised on who it was up against. Like Full Metal, really came out of the trenches. I mean, but it's a great anime, man. Like it makes sense. I do really enjoy that anime. Like it's not. People think it's like a starter anime. I think it's probably more an intermediate anime. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. At least. I guess because people is it classified as a shonen?
It is a shonen.
Okay, so technically it's a starter anime, but I would watch that after I'd watched like something like Naruto. You know what I mean? Because it's a bit more in depth. You know, the plots are a bit more interesting. But like, dude, I'm not surprised at all. Like, it was gonna be either one of the three. It was either gonna be One Piece, Dragon Ball, or JJK. That was, I think, what we had initially said, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you're right. I actually was just about to say that. I think out of all of us, I actually got the closest with the prediction. I said One Piece instead of Dragon Ball, but I did say Bebop. I said Full Metal. And then I said JJK. Like JJK was was given. AOT though, Lamont was pushing AOT hard, dude. Oh, AOT.
Where'd they get slaughtered? Where did they get slaughtered in the bracket?
Full Metal killed it.
Oh, thank God.
Dude, but I'm not even gonna hold you. Like it would have went down one round earlier. Like so, it was going up against Gurren Lagann, and that one was also close. But the thing about that is like the results finished, and it was getting late. So I was like, I'm just gonna post the polls tomorrow morning or sometime after. I went to bed and I woke up and I looked at the results again. Had I waited to take the count, like not when it went down, like just a couple hours after, it actually would have lost. Like Gurren Lagann on YouTube blew that shit out of the water. It was crazy. I actually want to look up the results for that one. I was blown away by it. And Gurren Lagann as well, like it slaughtered Evangelion. There's just nothing there, man.
Who did JJK fall to? I wasn't.
JJK lost to Full Metal.
Okay, that's respectable. Yeah, it's not a bad L to take, in my opinion.
No,
I could swing either way. You know what I mean? Either JJK or Full Metal, so it's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, it's not as bad. Like I've definitely soured on JJK.
Yeah, your time is going on. We know now. We didn't know that. So
yeah. It's definitely been. It's been a long time since the initial recording. But anyway, I do respect it still. But I do think Full Metal should have won. Honestly, Full Metal versus JJK did get kind of a bye. Like on Instagram, it was like 10 votes or whatever, and I think it was split. But on TikTok, the algorithm, some days it just likes me, and some days it hates me. And that day, literally, how many votes did I have? I had 5 votes in total.
Sheesh.
And I think 3 of them were for Full Metal, and like 2 were for JJK. Or actually, I think it was 4. I have
Here's another question. What was the biggest like landslide? Like which? I guess on TikTok, because it's the most votes. I guess like you said you had.
Mm-hmm.
like landslide. So anime versus anime, which one got like blown the hell out? Like it wasn't even a competition.
I think it was Cowboy Bebop versus Trigun. That one,
Really?
yeah, because Trigun is cool and all. I think it's great, but like Bebop is just, yeah, dude, like, it comes in swinging.
Yeah. I guess we'll talk about this after, but I do want to hear about the JoJo's thing, because did you include that, or what happened with that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I remember that matchup on YouTube was actually in favor of Trigun.
It
was 50-50. Actually, yeah, 25 votes, 48% to Bebop, 52 to Trigun. It held up a lot better over there. It was kind of TikTok that said, nah, you're getting the shitter right now, dude. You ain't getting out.
Valid.
The JoJo's one, I slid it in between Gintama and Reborn. Because honestly, like, Reborn, dude, ain't nobody fucking with that. Like, it's...
Yeah.
I like the show, and before I watch it, I put it on here because, like, I keep running to people where they're like, Reborn is so good, it's so slept on, it's one of the best things I've ever watched. I watched it after I put it on here, and it just, it's good, but it wasn't gonna win against Gintama. So I was like, all right, let's add JoJo's in there to make it a little more interesting. It was tied on Instagram. TikTok, though, for this round, it literally didn't even matter because, like, you can't do multiple poll options on TikTok. You can only do 2. So I had told people to go to the comments to vote, and, like, there's, like, 1 or 2 votes total. It was bad. I was like, all right, well, no one voted for, or no one really voted in that matchup. On YouTube, though, Gintama had, like, 3 votes, and JoJo's had like 1. So overall, it went to Gintama. Then Gintama got killed by Black Clover. And let me talk about Black Clover, man. I have realized during this tournament, Black Clover fans have seen nothing else outside of the fucking show. Like, I put it up against Fairy Tail. I didn't think it was. I wasn't sure.
Better than Fairy Tail, in my opinion.
Well, you haven't watched it.
I've seen a couple. I've seen like the first 3-4 episodes. It just didn't grab. You know what I mean?
I get you. I always say like the beginning of Fairy Tail is just straight up mid. Like I even said in the video, I was like, it kind of takes a while to build up. Slow burner, but it's worth it at the end. But it lost to Fairy Tail. Not upset. You know, Fairy Tail has a really terrible reputation, so I'm not even like upset about that. It lost to Gintama. I mean, it won to Gintama. Did I see it lose? It lost to Fairy Tail?
You did.
I did. Well, it beat Fairy Tail. It beat Gintama. I'm not upset about Gintama because, like, the fact that Gintama even made it out of round 1 is crazy against JoJo's. But
yeah, that should have been Gintama should have been slaughtered there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it should have. Like, no one has really seen it and kind of reflected in these polls. It beat Gintama. Fine. Bebop. It almost beat Bebop. I was like, all right, now this is fucking crazy. You guys need to go watch some other shit.
I like Black Clover, but Bebop is, you gotta broaden your horizon. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's that's insane. Because I would, you know what? I am glad that Attack on Titan didn't make it anywhere near the top. Is that? Am I right on saying that?
Yeah, it got halfway, so you're about
halfway. So I'm glad. Like that is like such a like a normie kind of like pick for like an anime to be like the best anime ever. It's such a normie pick. Like I feel like Dragon Ball you could say that too, but just like I don't know, man. It's like the fan base really reps. The fan base for AOT, they just rep. They swear they think that stuff is like the best thing since like sliced bread, dude. I swear to God. Like I'm being serious. Even like this later seasons where it gets super mid and super like laborious to watch. Like this thing is like a drag to watch. Like nothing's going on. They're just everybody's talking. Like there's like, dude.
Yeah, no, I get it.
That's a drag to watch.
If it makes you feel better, like Full Metal beat it, but it really like it slammed it, dude. Like on TikTok, it was 100 votes, 57 went to Full Metal, 43 went to AOT. Okay, but on YouTube, there was 40, and 75% of the votes went to Full Metal, and the other 25 went to Attack on Titan. And I even got curious now because sometimes these polls, I leave them up after they're, I stop the count because it's just like, it's still a good question. But I'm looking at it now and it's like 123 votes, 85% to Full Metal, 15 to Attack on Titan. And then even in the matchup before, this is what I was talking about with Gohan Lagann and AOT. At the time I took the screenshot, There was 11 votes total. 91% went to Gurren Lagann, 9 went to AOT, so I'm assuming like 10 to 1. I'm looking at it now, 114 votes, 88% to Gurren Lagann, 12 to Attack on Titan.
This is on what? This is on what platform again?
On YouTube. I'm looking at the community tab.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It literally survived just because the algorithm, or like I guess the right people didn't come across it yet and like wanted to vote. It was
the right people. That's crazy. That's crazy. The right people. No, these are. This is play out exactly how I wanted. I am absolutely glad that it didn't make it anywhere near the top. It doesn't deserve it. It really doesn't. Like AOT sucks. AOT is like, if I had to give it a rating from like 1 to 10, give it like a 6.5 or 6. Like, not really a fan.
I get you. When I first watched it, when it was only 3 seasons, I actually had the same rating. I did bump it up a little bit once season 4 happened, but granted, I stopped literally like just before the actual ending. Like the rumbling started, and I was like, okay, I'll be back, and then I never came back. But I did watch the end clip because I had to use it for the video.
Oh, what happened?
That was pathetic. Oh God.
Yeah.
That was awful.
I know.
Even Armin's sitting there like, dude, this is pathetic.
What are you doing? Okay, this lineup right here, Mob versus Vinland, that is disgusting how Vinland won. Like, no way. I watched like season 1 of Vinland Saga. Great show. But like Mob Psycho, dude, you gotta be kidding me. Like, there's no way.
It was close. It was actually almost as close as this last matchup, like Full Metal versus Dragon Ball. I want to look at the results for that. Give me a second. I'll even go to all 3 platforms because I think it was really just by a couple of votes it beat it out by a hair.
Jeez, dude. Hunter beat out Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, that pissed me off. I'm not even like, you know, the show's good, but it's just like you gotta watch Yu Yu Hakusho. You really do.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Hunter x Hunter is just not as good, man. It just really isn't.
Okay, let's see.
I'm looking for this Mob Psycho matchup. It was Mob Psycho and One Punch Man. I was also thinking of that. One Punch Man.
I mean, Mob clears One Punch Man.
I agree. I agree, but it was only by a couple votes here.
You gotta be kidding me, dude.
I'm so serious.
What are these people doing, man?
All right, so we'll start off with YouTube, which is 1 vote, and that was for me.
You fucking shafting the votes.
I ain't shafting, man. I get to vote too. I ain't sitting on the sidelines. Mob Psycho versus One Punch Man on Instagram. 4 votes for One Punch Man, 6 for Mob, so it's like 4 to 7. And then on TikTok, it was 112 votes total, 53 for One Punch Man and 59 for Mob Psycho. So what's that, like 57 to 66? Like it was kind of close there. But Mob Psycho versus Vinland Saga.
Yeah,
let me find that matchup. That one,
like that makes me kind of sad. That Mob, it just seems like it isn't appreciated enough, in my opinion. Like, you want to talk about underrated? Mob Psycho is underrated, dude. There's no way it should be losing to Vinland Saga.
Listen. I only saw a couple of clips for Vinland Saga, and I was like, I understand. I watched basically all of Mob Psycho except the last season, and I love Mob. I voted for Mob, but I'm like, if it had to lose to Vinland Saga, I can't get mad at that one. Like, respectable, yeah. And okay, here we go. Instagram, 4 votes for Mob, 1 for Vinland Saga. On YouTube, 4 votes for Mob, and that's all I had. And then on TikTok, 55 for Vinland Saga, 40 for Mob Psycho. So like it was very close. Like Mob was taking all the other platforms, and Vinland Saga just swept on TikTok.
Yeah.
But another like the difficult matchups, like these ones where people are actually like telling me this is unfair, or like they're not allowed to choose or whatever. Like Bebop versus Trigun, not so much. Like people were voting for that one, but Black Lagoon versus Samurai Champloo, it was a little bit of a sweep. I was surprised Black Lagoon did beat out Champloo. I was more so under the impression that it would be a little bit more closer than it actually was, but people were still telling me, like, damn, this is hard. I can't choose. Like,
that's crazy.
That's not easy.
Naruto beat out Bleach, dude.
Yeah,
what?
man.
I just seen that. Like, what? Am I tripping?
Yeah,
There's
man.
no way.
You know what?
No,
Let's do that one
dude.
before I get into the other matchups.
Naruto? Dude, no. Like, yeah, I understand, of course, the Naruto fan base it's up there, you know, for sure. Part of that big three of One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach. But like, bro, Bleach clears, especially with the new shit that they got out. Like, even the older, like back then, you know, people used to clown on it because, oh yeah, it got canceled. Your show got canceled. Like, dude, it clears even before it got a revamp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
with newer stuff.
Year Blood War.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
I
Come
agree.
on, like that. Dude, like the whole war arc in Naruto was such a joke. I remember I stopped watching. I think I told you that. Like I stopped watching because I like basically knew everything that was happening. I think I stopped watching when Obito was revealed. I think that's when it was. Like when it was Toby, then Obito, and then, you know, Itachi's eye, you know, started burning Obito, Sasuke, and all that. Just that's when I stopped watching. But Bleach, bro.
I didn't know you never went back to finish it though.
No, dude, why would I?
Come on,
why
now.
would I?
The war arc, it sucked, but like
the only thing that I want you to watch is the fights. The only good thing, the fights. That's it. Like Might Guy versus Madara. That's a fire fight. I'll give him that. That is a top A1 fight. So is the Kaguya fight. The Obito Kakashi fight's not bad either. But like, yeah, I only went to go watch like the fights again because like, dude, I'm not whatever, man. Like, and then Boruto, like that didn't even make it on the that didn't even make it on here because it's that bad.
I purposely included like on YouTube because I didn't have enough space on like the other two platforms. On YouTube, I purposely said Naruto and in the parentheses, including Shippuden. So Boruto is just out. Like not Boruto, Naruto and then Naruto Shippuden. But this matchup, Bleach versus Naruto.
Yeah, that's sad. I understand it to a certain point, but it's sad. It's sad to see.
Yeah,
truly.
I remember when I first saw the results, I was like, dude, I thought the world was healing. Like, dude, out of the first four matches that I launched on that day, I think the only one that went through was one. Like, I lost on the Yu-Gi-Oh pick, which honestly, like that one was kind of like it was close. It was close, but it was
between Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I lost on that pick, which. Honestly, like, you know, that video was recorded a while ago. I think I would have aligned more with Pokemon, but I won't hold you, dude. Like, when I was getting the clips for Yu-Gi-Oh, I was watching it. It is funny as hell. Like, Yugi's voice in the sub is hilarious, dude. I forgot how, like, it's just so raspy and aggressive, like, all the time. Yo, it's so funny.
Yeah, I knew Pokemon was sweet, dude. Pokemon, they're built like that.
It wasn't a sweep. Now you only make me want to go over there real quick. But let me do the Naruto and Bleach. So Bleach has 7 votes on Instagram, 8 for Naruto. Now this is the killer on TikTok. They had 79 votes for Bleach and 114 for Naruto, a total of 193 votes. And then on YouTube, it was only 2 for Bleach and 1 for Naruto. So like TikTok came through hard for Naruto.
Yeah, it's those TikTok shaft, dude, yet again.
That's right, man.
God, dude. And it's fine, they won't be a thing in a year, right? So on have to scurry off somewhere else.
Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh for TikTok, it was 68 for Pokemon, 47 for Yu-Gi-Oh. On Instagram, it was 10 for Pokemon, 4 for Yu-Gi-Oh. And then on YouTube, it was 3 for Pokemon, 1 for Yu-Gi-Oh. So it wasn't like terrible. It lost, but it was a lot closer than I thought. Like the result that Trigun got, which is literally 80 to Bebop, 20 to Trigun. That's what I was expecting for fucking Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh.
I mean, they're still relatively both popular, but yeah, Pokemon clears in the popularity department. Like, there's no that is the most grossing franchise in like on Earth. I think right now it's Pokemon. I think if I'm not mistaken.
Definitely is the.
They make the most money out of every like franchise. I don't know how they worded it, but I think I know they're very much up there in terms of gross profits and all that kind of stuff because everybody goes insane. Like Pokemon cards, games, you know, it's just everybody's on top of that stuff. And like the TGC tournaments and VC tournaments that they have, VGC tournaments that they have, like that shit's always popping. So, you know, I hear about more of those than I do like Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments and all that kind of stuff. But I know tournaments don't play a factor, but you know, just like a tad bit, I guess. But yeah, so this is the one side of the bracket. So what's the other one looking like? Let me see.
It starts with Berserk. Berserk did beat Tokyo Ghoul, but it's because like nobody paid attention to that matchup.
Oh.
Let me see on Instagram, 10 votes for Berserk, 3 for Tokyo Ghoul. On TikTok, that matchup had 1 vote and 1 for Tokyo Ghoul. And then on YouTube, it had 2 votes and 2 for Berserk. So it had like 12 votes and Tokyo Ghoul had 4. So, you know, it beat it.
They didn't care about that.
Yeah, it was like, whatever, dude. And then it went up against Full Metal. Now, this one was a much more better matchup to me. Like, both of these series are freaking insane, crazy. I ended up going with Full Metal, but I felt wrong even doing that. I was like, damn, like Full Metal Berserk, really? is that? Because Berserk was so good, so, dude.
Yeah, but it's Full Metal is, I think,
it's just
that's way better.
Yeah, it is.
Well, they're both better than Tokyo Ghoul, that's for sure. And I'm a Tokyo Ghoul enjoyer. It's so rough, man. I wish they had like the manga ending as opposed to like the manga. The stuff that they have in the manga is way better than what they have animated. I wish it were to come to fruition. Maybe one day this show gets reincarnated again. I don't know. Yeah, who knows? Edo Tensei. That's exactly what needs to happen.
There was 101 votes on TikTok, 64 for Full Metal, 37 for Berserk.
Oh yeah, that's a little bit.
Yeah. A little bit. 15 votes on YouTube. 73% of that went to Full Metal, and 27 went to Berserk. And then I think on Instagram, 67 to 33%. 4 votes for Full Metal and 2 for Berserk. So like it did win out, but like Berserk, it did have respect. Like people were like, you know, I'm siding with this one over Full Metal. Both great, but
yeah, it's like a 50. It's like a toss.
Yeah. It's not, I wouldn't really call that one like, it wasn't clear in my mind. Like some of these other matchups, like I said, it just made me feel wrong voting for one over the other, like Samurai Champloo and Black Lagoon. That one, like I'm looking at it now on YouTube. Like obviously this is not what it was before, but it did garner 129 votes and like 39 went to Samurai Champloo, 62 went to Black Lagoon. This is the one people are like, dude, like you can't compare these two. They're so good. Yeah. Like the both of them are so good, but only in like different ways. It's very hard to compare it. And then Black Lagoon versus Cowboy Bebop. This is the current results. This isn't like the one from before. But dude, it was like 50-50 at one point, and it has 215 votes now. 55% for Bebop and 45 for Black Lagoon. There is some guy that said this is unfair, like to Black Lagoon. It's a wash, and I agreed to a certain extent because I think I had to sit down and like order which ones I think is the best out of like that 4, like Cowboy Bebop, Black Lagoon, Trigun, and Samurai Champloo. I said as long as Trigun is at the bottom of the 4, I can see it. Like I'm really not trying to.
Trigun at the bottom, and the other 2 are interchangeable. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, other 2, and then Bebop at the top. Like Bebop, Trigun. It's great, but it just doesn't do what the others do. It doesn't do it better. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's interesting is this, I see down here the new gen stuff. So you got Chainsaw Man, JJK.
Oh my gosh.
They're My Hero.
I'm sorry. You want to talk about a blowout, dude?
Yeah, JJK blew out Chainsaw Man.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It wasn't
I
even
can only
fair,
imagine.
dude. I was like feeling sorry for it. I think I threw it a pity vote. Like I was
crazy.
Let me see. Let me find this one. This one was a freaking joke.
I'm guessing they tore through Chainsaw Man, they tore through Demon Slayer, and they tore through Vinland Saga.
Demon Slayer put up a better fight than Chainsaw Man. Like I was sitting here thinking, oh, you know, it's a good matchup. They're kind of close. You know, they're similar. People are kind of, that debate was popular a while ago. Now it's like it really is kind of
very similar. Yeah,
JJK versus Chainsaw Man. By the end of it, there was 146 votes total. 119 went to JJK and 27 for Chainsaw Man. And then let me see, what was it on YouTube? Was it? I don't think it was a blog on YouTube. I don't think anyone really voted. You had 1 vote, and that was for JJK. And on Instagram, I think it was 7-3 JJK over Chainsaw Man. I felt bad. I was like, damn, is this a bad matchup? Maybe I should have moved it somewhere else.
I don't know. At the time, I thought it was decent. Right? Like it's not.
Yeah, it just. Oof. I really don't know about that one, but Demon Slayer did better than Chainsaw Man, which is it's kind of crazy to me and kind of not at the same time, because you know, like Demon Slayer, it was one of the most popular. It still is wildly popular, but not as much as it was a few years ago. And you know, everyone's raving about the animation and such. Like it did better than Chainsaw Man. Like, let me look at the results here. 125 votes on TikTok, 83 to JJK, and 42 to Demon Slayer. And on YouTube, that matchup was 1 vote for JJK. JJK is getting by on YouTube. He's like, oh, 1 vote, 1 vote. Sure, why not?
That's crazy. That's crazy. I thought that would be more of a popular poll between the two. Yeah. That's interesting. The other one here, My Hero. I'm glad that got clapped, because like, all for nothing. Yeah, garbage. That out of here. Loser Midoriya. Didn't get nothing done. Didn't even.
That ending was very unsatisfying, just from a like, outside perspective. I wasn't caught up, but it's just, wow. Like how could you do that to your own main character? Like how?
Yeah.
After all this time, dude.
He's a regular guy now,
isn't it? And I don't know if I'm making this up, but I could have sworn like the whole selling point of My Hero at the beginning of the story was like, this is how I became the #1 hero.
I became the greatest substitute teacher.
This guy,
I think that's what he is, right? I think it's what he's doing. Yeah,
he's got
teach at the Hero Academy.
He's just he was a #1 hero for a day.
Yeah.
Oh, awful.
Crazy.
But like, you know, I was looking at some clips when I was making the matchups again, and I was like, you know, season 3 to me, it really was the best. I'm watching episodes to pull certain clips from. I'm like, yeah, this one was good. This was good. This was good. This was good. Even some stuff I forgot.
Was what again? Remind me.
There was a summer training camp. Like they.
Oh, and they got raided.
Yeah, they got. Well, no, that was.
They got raided Rust style.
They got raided. That was with the Nobus or whatever. That was the season before.
Yeah.
For the summer training camp, like they were out there like what was it, like Team B or something like that, Class B or something like that. And there was this kid that had to protect from this guy named Muscle that killed his parents. Then there was Bakugo got captured. All for one versus My Hero. All for one versus One for All. Yeah. It was a lot of good stuff back to back. It was the good My Hero. Then it kind of just got boring.
What? Okay, first of all, how you doing, everybody? You know what I'm saying? Sorry I'm late.
Your mic is really bad. I'm not gonna hold you.
Oh no! Okay.
Ooh, what is terrible.
But nah, man, like, yeah, I guess season 3 was great. I stopped watching after season 5, where you started getting those tentacle power, the black green tentacle thing. I stopped watching after that. Yeah, I can't remember.
I get you. Like, it's not. I didn't see Demon Slayer like that, but I was
Demon
like,
fire fights though, man. Like the fights in Demon Slayer are just immaculate, man. They look amazing, but the lows are low in that anime. Like where nothing's going on, like nothing is going on.
Yeah, it's true. But the votes for that one, it was close. Like 67 votes to Demon Slayer and 42 to My Hero. Total of 109 votes on TikTok. That one was actually pretty enjoyable to watch just from the side, because it did look like My Hero was going to clutch it at one point. And Demon Slayer did come out on top. Understandable for both of them. But it really is sad, man. Like Chainsaw Man, I was having higher expectations for its play out.
Yeah, it's a good anime, but I don't think it stood a chance, in my opinion. Like, it just, the pair up was in theory it looks like, because they're both very similar, right? But Chainsaw Man hasn't really developed since then. Like, they haven't released any new episodes or anything. Obviously they have the manga and everything cool, but JJK was really, you know, pumping out episodes each week, and even in the future they're gonna do the rest of the whole arc and stuff like that. Interesting ending, but still, we'll see. But
can y'all hear me now? Am I sounding better?
You do sound.
You are sounding better.
Better. One last thing though, re-hopping. Yeah, Chainsaw Man versus JJK. Like I knew, like, cause I read the manga and I watched the anime for Chainsaw Man. Like it literally died right before the season. Died right before it was about to really turn up. And I'm like, I guess everything before it was just. Like, it wasn't crazy groundbreaking stuff, but it was just like, it was, it's cool. But then you got JJK. As far as the anime goes, the first season, which I also thought was just kind of whatever, but then you got Gojo's backstory and Shibuya, which is Shibuya is so good. Like there is no chance. Like if you just watch the anime, I think it definitely is just like JJK without question clears Chainsaw Man. If you take the mangas, it's a little bit of a harder pickup. I still would have sided with JJK, but like the anime did kind of sabotage Chainsaw Man here for this matchup.
Yeah.
Before you
just
start,
want to say.
before you start, I'm gonna dip, Jerome, so you can take this out of the recording if you want, but like I gotta go. It's already like 7:45.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, take care, guys. It was an interesting matchup. I don't think the others know who won yet, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Honestly, kind of deserved. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the Godfather. It's known as being the Godfather. And that's what it is.
Get it out
I
of
know.
here, man. Get it out.
Never.
Cheese ball ending.
All right. Never. I'm out of here. See you guys.
All right, take care.
Yeah, alrighty.
Hey, welcome.
Yeah, hey, I'm subbing in for Evan, man. I'm here, baby. Let's get it popping. I did want to add to what we were saying about Chainsaw Man and JJK. Yeah, JJK. Look, as somebody who's read the mangas for both, right, up to a certain part for both. Okay, I haven't gone all the way through part 2 of Chainsaw Man, but I've read them to the end of part 1, and I've caught up with JJK. The fact of the matter is, they're both like. Man.
Yeah.
Like they both have very high highs, but then like they both are missing something to make it like a great, a great in the grand scheme of like all anime ever.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm hearing you, bro. I'm glad you brought that up because I thought about that when I was thinking about this video from before, and I forgot about that point. But you are so right because, like, dude, as someone that's caught up on both of them, I've told some of my friends, man, like. Reading JJK and Chainsaw Man now, it brings me no joy. It's just like I literally read it just to see what's going on, and that's not really healthy. Like some people are like, you should take a break, but if I take a break, I get spoiled. So it's like
that's the thing.
You gotta, it's hard.
You sort of have to keep up so you can maintain like your purity with the show, right? Because if you get spoiled, then it's kind of like, all right, what the fuck is the point of reading this anyway?
Dude.
So you're forced to keep up with something that you're not even really that invested in. You're just interested to see how it ends. And
right.
That's kind of like what's going on with both series right now. Like nobody's really happy with the way that I won't say nobody, but the majority of both fandoms aren't necessarily happy with the direction that it's going in, but they aren't just going to drop it when it's so close to being over. So unfortunately, they both end up being kind of meh. But in the battle of meh, JJK at least looks prettier when it's doing shittier. So like it's tough. It's a tough matchup. No, I'm just saying it's a tough battle. Like it literally is a tough battle because they both do have very promising starts. Like both of them do. They start off so good, and then it just seems to like lose what made the show so good in the first place as it goes on.
I'll at least give Chainsaw Man the point here. Like as someone that does read it weekly, as I mentioned like 5 times before in this video, it has reached the turning point. I would say like the past few chapters, like okay, now Fujimoto's back in the kitchen. He's cooking up something that's smelling. It smells delicious.
I just hope Chainsaw Man can keep it up because I really do want it to be a good series. The fact that JJK is almost over, it's like all my hope is gone for the ending. Because like it's just, oh man, oh dude, it just hurts. It just hurts. I
gotta stop. Keep thinking about it, and it's just like, nah, get out of this conversation. Go to somewhere else, bro.
On to the next one. I just want to highlight the Dragon Ball Naruto matchup. Look, man, you were talking in the first video about how Dragon Ball Z. I said it. This is one of the most clouded animes out there. And what the fuck did we find out? Like literally, what did we find out? Like you put it up against Naruto, which is like if you're an American and you know anime at all, you either know Goku or Naruto.
Right.
And chances are, if you're like in our general age range, you probably have a more like you have a closer relationship to Naruto than you would Dragon Ball Z. Even then, it just doesn't matter. Like it literally just doesn't matter.
Like it's Dragon Ball.
I wonder how many international votes were put in for Dragon Ball, because people could just see Dragon Ball and be like, oh yeah, I know that. I know Goku.
I am telling you for sure that is what happened, especially at the end. It was Dragon Ball versus Full Metal, and like people are literally leaving me comments. It's like, yeah, see, some people are like Dragon Ball for nostalgia, Full Metal for story, or just like the better anime. Okay, someone's like, listen, I love Dragon Ball too much to put my bias aside. I gotta go with that one over Full Metal. Like it's just at a certain point, it was kind of like the brand did just carry it to the victory, which is why I keep saying it's like a Mickey Mouse, soy boy, cheese ball, corny ending. But it is expected. I really do like Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball it's good, but then if you watch the anime again, because a lot of people were talking to me about One Piece. It's like, oh, the pacing sucks. Dragon Ball is way better. I'm like, you gotta watch Dragon Ball again, bro. Because like it's so slow. It's just as bad as One Piece. Yeah. Like even Kai, I was watching Kai the other day with Evan, dude. Like we watched 5 episodes. That looked like it took like what was it? Goku and Vegeta were just finishing fighting in the Buu saga. It took 5 episodes to get to right before Majin Vegeta was about to explode. Like,
that's crazy.
Dude, like if you look at it on paper, it's really close in the form of a story, but the pacing is just, it's so bad. That's why I wasn't hearing it when it came to that versus One Piece. I'm like, pacing sucks in both of them.
These shows are really good, though. These shows are really good, but fucking Dragon Ball takes it. God damn it.
Yeah, that's what you mean. That's what I mean. Like, I think if you guys are following it as closely as I am, which I'm not like putting the blame on you guys or nothing like that. It's just because I'm the one posting it. So I'm looking at these matchups, I'm making the templates or whatever to vote on. I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, all these anime and Dragon Ball came out on top? I keep saying this as a defense. I love Dragon Ball, but there's so many other anime on here that I'm taking over Dragon Ball, and some of with ease. And Dragon Ball still won. But I want to talk to you about. Actually, no, never mind. I was gonna say I want to talk to you about Yu Yu Hakusho versus Hunter x Hunter, but you haven't seen Yu Yu, so I'm just gonna let you revel in the victory that Hunter x Hunter won that one.
Can't comment too much, but here's the thing. I feel like I will fuck with Yu Yu Hakusho more than I'll mess with Hunter x Hunter. Like I'm telling you, the Chimera Ant arc really turned me off to Hunter x Hunter. Like, I just did not like how much exposition they gave us when they could have just showed us. Like, just show me what's happening and let me figure that shit out, or tell me afterwards. Don't tell me while it's happening. It slowed the pace of the showdown so much. Like, it just hurt to watch those episodes. Oh man, it was just bad. It was just not good. Not very good. But I did like the end of the arc as a whole. Yeah. It was just like, that part was so bad in my mind that I don't think Yu Yu Hakusho has anything that will piss me off nearly as much, and I think it's good enough for it to be like already relatively close to Hunter x Hunter. Mm-hmm. So,
is there anything else to add to this conversation? Because it's definitely it's been an hour and 27 minutes. So we've been yapping.
I've been here.
We've been yapping.
I came in here and started yapping. That's my bad.
You're good.
All in all, though, I think One Piece got hold going up against Dragon Ball in the first round, because if it didn't beat Dragon Ball, like it was either all or nothing for One Piece at that point.
That is true.
It would have been nice to see that opposite ends of the bracket, because I think it might have had a better chance of putting like a even fight. If it was like at the end, it's One Piece versus Dragon Ball final round, I feel like that'll get people to really go for what they believe. It's sad to see Dragon Ball take this one. I will say it really is just sad to see.
Right.
I wanted so much more for the tournament. I wanted the actual best anime, not everybody's favorite anime, to win.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking about the placement the other day. Like, there was another bracket, and I was looking at the placement. I was like, I wonder if I did a good job with this one. I think I did overall. Like, a lot of people were really into the matchups, and it really took the first round was like everyone's last round. Like, everyone's like, oh shoot, I can't choose. Like, oh, this is hard. Like, everyone was kind of into these matchups a lot, which that made me feel good, because, like, you know, especially on TikTok, it's a rotating cast of voters. Some of them do come back, so it's just like these people are here for the day and they like what they see, and that's cool. But at the same time, I do wish like One Piece could have gone further. But at the same time, it's like, what would I have done differently? I probably would have put I would have switched Naruto or Bleach with One Piece.
Yeah. You just give Dragon Ball the Bleach matchup, and you let Naruto and One Piece fight it out round one.
Mm-hmm. But it's just like, at that point, I feel like I kind of set Bleach up. Like, round two.
No, the crazy thing is, I think it was having the big four at the top of the bracket. It set it up so like none of the big four can ever make it to the end. Mm-hmm. One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball, and Bleach can never make it to the end because they're going against each other. But I mean, that's not bad though. I think it did lead to that did allow something like Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood to be the final matchup for Dragon Ball, but it also allowed Dragon Ball to take it easier, I think.
I just don't know who would have beat Dragon Ball if it wasn't anyone in the top. Like, I know we said JJK, or I'm not even gonna say we, Evan said JJK, and that was when it was back at on a much higher note. But yeah, I still don't think it would have been enough to take down Dragon Ball. But it's just like, if it wasn't If it wasn't One Piece, if it wasn't Pokemon, if it wasn't Naruto, who else? Like Bebop? Nah, Bebop should have. Or actually, no, that one is more. I can see either or. I can see either play right there. But the first three, like if it wasn't them, who's taking it down? Like Gintama? No.
Yeah, it's rough, man. Like Hunter x Hunter is not taking down Dragon Ball. Like respectfully, as much as I love Hunter x Hunter.
Mm-hmm. Yu Yu Hakusho would have been a nice matchup, but at the same time, it's still it wouldn't. Yeah, why don't it's not taking down Dragon Ball? It's just like Dragon Ball is like a plague. Like it's just not fair for any matchup. But I mean, at the same time, like you can't have a best anime tournament without Dragon Ball. So it does. It deserves a placement here. I disagree with the winning, but I can at least say it deserves the victory more than some other frauds on this list, like JJK. Yeah. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the Yap session. It was a very good tournament. Lots of interactions and comments and seeing people's thoughts and whatnot. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, comment down below what your thoughts are, and subscribe on the way out. And we will see you in the next one. Later.
And real chat.